Hello, welcome back to another video in this Airbnb clone Ruby on Rails series, and this is part 27. In last video, we added the backend functionality of the reservation table, and before we continue on that, there is one mistake that I made in explanation of wishlist. So during that, we were adding index. So I think I misspoke that related to indexing of pages, but instead it helps us in creating the unique combination of this. So basically, if user ID is 1 and property ID is 2, we cannot add this same user ID 1 and property ID 2 again because we have specified that the combination of these two should be unique. I was watching the previous videos and figured it out. Okay, this was the mistake. And we have something similar to do in this video also. So in last video also, we were trying to add something similar, but it did not work. So for our reservation, so we will do that in this video. Uh, Rails generate migration add index to reservations. This will create a migration. We'll copy this from our here. Even if you don't copy, it's fine. You can write it down, which is basically add index followed by table followed by unique, uh, followed by column names that we want to be unique, and finally unique attribute. So this is reservations. Property ID unique. This unit, this property ID is unique. User ID is unique. Along with that, we want check-in date and checkout date to be unique. Let's do this migration. Rails db migrate. There is an error index name. Maybe this was the error last time. I don't remember. I will check that video and see if that was the same error. But we have 63 character limit because of index reservations on user ID, property ID. Okay. So for that, I'm not fully sure if I'm writing this correct, but I think we can change name here by using, let's write something like add index to reservations. Okay. So instead of three attributes for add index, I'm using fourth one also, which is naming it on my own. Rails db migrate, let's see. Rails db migrate. It worked. So clear, get status clear. Okay. So at this point, we have our backend for reservation setup, but we don't have any way to add those reservations. We will do that later on when we go to our property pages. But right now, I can add custom data, sorry, dummy data from our Rails console. So Rails C. Okay, now before I add those reservations, I have to explain you something, which is basically covering various cases for reservations. So let's create a timeline. I'll minimize this a bit. Let's create a timeline like this. Okay. It will be small, but it should not be a big problem for you because it's just, let me remove this. Yeah. This is just a timeline actually. Okay. So for example, here I can write, let's say today is 30th January, so maybe I can write 25th Jan. Okay. You can see this here, but yeah, 25th, then maybe 26th. I'll skip 27, 28, skip 29, 30, skip 31st, 1st Feb, then 3rd Feb, and then finally 5th Feb, or maybe let's say 7th Feb also. Okay, so let's consider the first case, which is, sorry, no res reservations. In that case, because for example today is 30th Feb, sorry, 30th January. So for that, we will write available dates on our item. We want to showcase these available dates, right? So today is 30th January already. So we'll write 31st January till let's say next 15 days, 30 days, or maybe a year. Okay. I'll choose 30 days. So based on that, sorry, we can write for no reservation, we can write dates as 31st Jan, which is tomorrow, till next 30 days, which is approximately, this is a leap year, 29th Feb. Okay. So something like this. This is the first case. Okay. Second case can be that there is a reservation, but it is only in past. So I'll create an arrow here for that in red because it has sort of expired. Sorry, 29. Okay. I'll mark this 30 as some other font and maybe increase its size just to show that this is the today date. It's 30th Jan. So there can be a property which has only past reservations and no future reservation. In that case also, this case will hold. Okay, so we don't have to cover this one. But let's say there is another property which has past reservations, but along with that, it has future reservation also. So for example, it can be from 3rd of Feb. Okay, this one I'll mark it. So in that case, we want to show, let me add a text here. This is the second case. So in that case, we will show, we can definitely cannot show 29th because it has already, the date is already passed. So we can write from 30th, but instead we will use 31st. We won't write today's date. 31st Jan till, because it is available till 3rd Feb. Okay. In this case, we are in our project, we are assuming that one property can be reserved by one guest only. One guest meaning one group of guests only. It can have only one reservation. It cannot have partial reservations, which happens in like hotels or any resort. Okay. So second case is covered. Let's see what can be the third case. Third case can be something like this, which is a property which has booked from 28 till 3rd. So basically, the current date is part of that. Okay, our 30th is in between that. So in that case, we want our reservation to say that it is available from 30th of 3rd of Feb till another next 30 days. So 4th of March. I'm not fully sure, but approximately like this only. Okay, let me shift this to left. So this is the third case. What other case can come up? Something else. There are future reservations only. For example, sorry, something like this. From 5th till whatever future we have. This can be our fourth case. I'm going in much in real depth here, but I think it's good for the project and for communication also. So in that case, we can use 31st Jan till it is available till 4th, right? So 4th of Feb, it is available till 4th of Feb. We have started from 5th, right? Sorry. So we will write 5th of Feb actually. It is available till 5th of Feb. Any other case? Yes, actually, there is one more case which we can do in this color. There is some booking which is ongoing, which will get over on, let's say, 1st Feb, and it will again start in future from 5th Feb. Okay, so this is our fifth case. in this case, try to think what will be the available dates. It will be from 1st Feb till 5th of Feb. Okay, so we have to cover all these cases. So before we were writing this, you know that we were creating these timelines, right? Or these arrows. So what does it mean? It means we were creating various bookings. This is first booking, this is second reservation, this is third reservation, fourth, fifth, and sixth reservation, right? So before we can decide what are the available dates, we need a way to get our current reservations, and especially reservations which are in future. Okay, so these are future reservations, these are current reservations, these two, and this is a past reservation which we don't care about. We won't worry about that. So if you know database, this is sort of a query on our reservations table. We want our check-in date to be greater than today's date, or checkout date to be greater than today's date, those kind of things. So whenever we want to query uh, beyond our already created model, we can use scope in Rails. Let me check time. Already 10 minutes have passed. I have gone in too much time. So scope are custom queries that you can define in Rails. How it will work? Fruit, you define a scope which use basically the name, and you can write down the query accordingly. So for us, we can go to our code. Let's close this. Go to our reservation model because we want selective reservations only. So let's go to our model reservation, and in that let me write scope table name, which is, sorry, function name. So upcoming reservations, comma, and finally the query that we want to write. So where did this, right? So where our, we are talking about upcoming, right? So future reservation sort of. So in that case, check-in date will be greater, and by default we will assume that checkout date is always greater than check-in date because we will add that validation when we are adding our uh, property page. So check-in date should be greater than, here it is 0, but we will use question mark to pass this value, which can be date dot today. Check-in date should be greater than today. That's correct. It can have like 5, 10, 15 upcoming reservations, right? So we'll order all those reservations by check-in date. So that's first. And we want our current reservations also. If you have a look at here, this is a current reservation because our current date is in between the check-in date and checkout date. So let's do something similar. Current reservations with, let me write it down. Checkout date should be greater than today. This is the checkout date. This is today. So checkout date is greater than today. And again, we will write this dot where check-in date is less than today. So check-in date, which is 28th, is less than 30th. And again, order by checkout date. Yeah, so even if there are multiple reservations, it will give us, yeah, it will give us in checkout order format because we are not concerned about the check-in date here. We are focused whether it is getting over on first or third. Sorry. So I think this might work. Let's try to create these 5 cases in our using our Rails console. Let's exit this, clear. I'll shift it down, Rails C. For first property, we will add our first case, which has it has no reservation. So basically, we are not creating any reservation. Uh, so that's fine. For second property, we will add second case, which is we will have a past reservation and a future reservation. So let's do that. So for that, we will need user is equals to user dot first, and property is equals to property dot second. Sorry. Okay, we have got our second property, which is I think property dot id second. Yeah. So we have our second property. We'll create a past reservation for that. Okay. How can you do that? Reservation dot create. It will ask for a user, which can be our user that we have created earlier. Then property, which is again a property that we created earlier. Then check-in date. I will shift this, which has to be something from past 25th till 28th maybe. So check-in date will be date dot today minus 5 days. So automatically it's in past. Minus 5 dot days. And checkout date will be date dot today minus 3 days, 2 days. Enter. First reservation has been added for property ID 2, and this is the case. We are adding it in this format so that we can verify our results also. We have to add another reservation for this same property. So we'll create something similar, but in this case, we'll use it from 3rd Feb till let's say 8th Feb. So check-in date will be 3rd Feb. 3rd Feb means plus 4 days. 31st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I'm not fully sure if it is exactly 4 days or it will consider 30th also. I'm not fully sure. I think it should be fine. Plus 5 days of booking. So 4 plus 5, 9. Let's create this. And it is created from 3rd to 5th. 3rd to 8th, sorry. So this part is done. Let's add for third property. So for that, I'll use property is equals to property dot third. We already have a user in place. So let's create a reservation. What is this third case? 28th till 3rd. So minus 2 and plus 4. Plus 4, checkout is plus 4. And check-in is minus 2. This is a boring part, but still we have to cover all the cases. 28th till 3rd. 28th till 3rd. Let's create fourth case, which is 5th till maybe 10th. Not sure. But in that we need fourth property. Property.id, it is fourth. So let's create a reservation. To switch between my previous command, I just use arrow, which we use in our terminal also. Reservation.create user property check-in date will be 31st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. 6 days. So it should be plus 6 days. Check-in date should be plus 6 days. And checkout date should be 6 plus, let's say 4 days. So 10. Enter. 5th Feb to 9th Feb. Great. Finally, let's use fifth property. FIFTH. Property ID. Fifth, correct. Let's create a reservation for this. From past 28 till 1st. 28th is this one, minus 2 days. Yes. And till 1st, which is, sorry, till first, which is 2 days from future. So let's have a look at this query again. Minus 2 days plus 2 days. Okay, so our current date is in between. 28th till 1st, 28th till 1st, and then 5th till, let's say, 10th. So for 5th, we can write 6, sorry, plus 6, which will be 5th Feb, because today is 30th Jan, and let's write it as 10 again. 5th to 9th, exit, clear, Rails, C, we can check all reservation. Okay, there is like 6 reservations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 case, correct. Now we have to implement available dates. So let's try this. We can use our upcoming and current reservations for that. So we will go to our property. We'll create a function called definition available dates. Let's end it here. AVAI, available dates. And in that, first we need next reservation. I'm talking about only one next reservation, not next reservations. It's not multiple. How can we get that? Using upcoming reservations. Okay, so we'll use this reservations dot upcoming reservations dot first. Okay, similar to that, we'll use current reservation, which will again have order of checkout date. So let's try this. Is equals to reservations dot current reservations. It's reservations, right? Multiple, and dot first. Now, assume that next reservation is not available. So there can be 4 cases here. Let me write it down. Next, nil, and current nil. First, next nil, second, current available, next available, and current is nil, and both are available. Let's try to cover these cases. So second one has past is available, which we are not focused on, and upcoming is present. So current is nil, right? So if we are talking about the second case, current is nil. So current is nil. This is our second case. In first case, no reservation is there. So both are nil, correct? In third case, we have third case is this. So current is available, but future is not available, or next is not available. Current available. Why do I make mistake in available? This is third case. And fourth case is future is available, current is not available. Second case is also similar to fourth case only. So it's two and fourth, both. And finally, current is available and future is available. Both are available. This is our fifth case. And we already know why I'm writing these numbers, because we already know result for all those things. So let's try to implement this. If current reservation dot nil and next reservation dot nil, using else if in Ruby. When you work on multiple languages, it does become problem like else. No, I want else if s. Okay, current is nil using and in if condition in Ruby and okay. Current reservation is nil and next is available. Sorry. So I think this will cover it. Else if next reservation is nil. Else and okay, so this is our first case. Current and nil. This one is nil. Only current is nil. So this is our second case. If in this case we are not checking next reservation is nil because if it was nil, it should have worked here only. Okay, and in this case we are not checking current reservation is nil because if that was true, this would have been true all along. Okay, and finally this. I know it might be boring, but I have to create them in a proper way, like the process that I follow, which might be sometimes slow. But yeah. So now let's write this code. Um, what do I have to do? We have to use this basically. So if current reservation is nil, next reservation is nil, which is our this case number one. Both are nil. Then in that case, I am using tomorrow till 38 days. So return date dot tomorrow. Yes. Dot till date dot tomorrow plus 30 dot days. Okay, so this is the first case that we are making sure that next 1 month is shown as availability. If current reservation is nil, which means future is available. So if future is available, we are second and fourth case. Second and fourth case. If you see both of these, we want to show in second case we want to show 30 to 3 and in fourth case we want to show 30 to 5th. So in that case it will be date dot tomorrow, sorry, 31st, so tomorrow because today is 38th, and current reservation is nil but next reservation is not nil, so next reservation dot check-in date. So so if current reservation is nil, that means only future reservations are available. So if future reservations are available, I can show that it is available from tomorrow till whenever the next guest comes in. So this, okay, I hope this makes sense now because I've already gone in too much depth here. If next reservation is nil, so case three, next reservation is nil but current is available. So in that case, I have to check the current, their upcoming date, and from that I can show 30 days. So it's something like this only. But instead of this tomorrow, I have to use current reservation dot their checkout date. Okay, and finally this. In this case, I have to use my current reservation, its checkout date till our next reservation and its check-in date. If you see, it's a nice pattern. Tomorrow plus 30, tomorrow, check-in date, checkout date 30, checkout date, check-in date. Okay, now let's try to use these available dates. So let's go to our again Rails C. Let's check this first. Property dot first. So what is the first case? No reservation, right? Sorry. Now in this property, we'll use property is equals to, sorry, property dot first. Let me set it first. So for this particular property, I'll try to find all the available dates. Sorry, available dates. Enter. And it says from 31st till 1st of March. We wrote something like this, right? I have written 29, but yeah, it is 1st of March because I've used tomorrow. So it's not a big deal. It's not a mistake. You can easily know where to fix it. Here you can use today and plus 30 days, something like that. So this works. Let's find next one, which is property dot second dot available dates. In that case, we have these many reservations. Why? Exit, clear, Rails C. Let me check all the reservations first. Have I made mistake in adding details? Reservation dot all. Property ID 2. Okay, so we have added two details for them. And 1, 3, 4, 5, 5. Second dot available dates. Okay. It is giving one result, which is 31st till 3rd. So let's check. 31st till 5th. 3rd Feb looks good. Let's go to our third property. This is by far the best explanation video I could have created. I'm not sure if I could have improved it further, but if you have any ideas, do let me know. Third date. So it is 31st till 1st March. There we have a mistake for third. You'll see that why there is a mistake. Let me, third is this case, which is this is nil. So we are checking current reservation dot checkout date. And from that, we'll see what's the issue. But third is wrong. Okay. Let's go to our fourth one. It shows 31st till 5th. 31st till 5th. Fourth is correct. Let's go to 5th. 31st till 5th. 31st till 5th. Why is it showing first till? Okay, even 5th is correct, incorrect. So in 5th and in 3rd, we are using current reservation. So I'm assuming in there is some mistake in current reservation. So let's try that. Exit for now, just clear. Rails C. So I think there is some mistake in our current reservation. Check-in date should be less than today. Order by check-in date or dot reservations. So 5th one has two reservations, this and this. This one is part of current reservation. This is not part of current reservation. So dot current reservations. Enter. And it is empty. Why is it empty? I think this is the mistake. it should be checkout date. Some of you might have catched it during watching the video only, but yeah, checkout date, exit, Rails, C, and now we are getting it. Let's exit this. Which property we were talking about? Third and fifth were incorrect, right? So again, Rails, clear, Rails, C. Let's go to our third one. Third, property dot third dot available dates. Enter. It's showing 3rd Feb till 1st March. 3rd Feb till 1st March instead of 4th March because here I was considering 1 month from here, but this one is considering date dot tomorrow then 30. So from 30th January it is considering 30 days. Uh, It's fine, not a big deal. You can fix it on your own also. You can write something like this plus 30 days. And finally, fifth, available dates for fifth. FIFTH. And this one is also done. First till fifth. First till fifth. So I hope this makes sense. It is working. Now we just have to show it in our front end. But if we cannot do that right away because it will end up showing this date or this date. But instead we want something like something which is a bit more like 28 Feb to 4 March. So what can we write here? Date format Ruby on Rails. Yeah, let's try this. So we'll have to convert the format. We can use date, created it is date.strf time, and then we can mention the format. So let's try this. We have, let me close these. 28th Feb till 4th March. So 28th Feb, 28, something like this, percent %e, day of the month. But do we need zero padded? It doesn't have zero padded. So if it is 0, 1 or simply 1, so we are using 1, percent %e, M% %e, space, then we need 3-digit month, this one or this one, percent %b. Let's try this for every one of this. Not sure if it will work or not, but let's try it out. Now we can go to our front end, and here we can go to our views, home, index. We will refine our code later on, but for now I'm just focusing on explaining things. This one. Property dot available AVA available dates 0. Let's see what does this give. Undefined method 0. 31st Jan till 3rd Feb. Okay, dot first, and then we will add a dash and light last. Oh, looks good. Finally. This is our sixth property and this is our first property. It's in reverse order. So first 31st to 5th, right? 31st to 5th of Feb or 29th, which is good for us. Don't worry about that. First to 5th for second property, 31st to 3rd. Okay. There might be some issue in ordering. Looks like that. Anyways, I think we've already explained everything in detail, so you can match these and let me know if there is any issue. But yeah, I think it does make sense and looks good. Just to revise quickly, we created upcoming reservations and current reservations, and out of those, using those, we created our available dates, explaining all the cases, and now we can get rid of this because in future it won't make sense to us. So let's get rid of it. And using all these, we were able to send our details. Let's refresh 31st, 1st month, 3rd Feb. I'm just making sure that there is nothing in past, nothing in past. So all good. I hope it makes sense. This is a long video, but code is really less. This is the longest video, but the code is really less. And if you like this much in-depth explanation, please do let me know. And thank you. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment. Bye bye.